shows all over South Dakota, North Dakota, Wyoming, and Montana. And he just recently returned from Las Vegas, Nevada, where he opened in a series of shows with Mr. Louie Anderson. Please give it up for Mr. Mark Dawson!
Oh, what a great crowd. This is so cool. So I just had a great steak dinner here at Cassie's, and what I was thinking about, yeah, I know, it's awesome. When you go to one of those really fancy restaurants and they tell you their specials, it always involves a fish. My wife's trying to make us eat healthier, so I think about that, and they try to make it sound so good. Oh, it comes with a mango chutney gluteny floofty sauce and a cold cucumber press and a foot massage. It's flown in fresh from Hawaii. Like, the beef, how hot do you want it? That's all they have to say, because it already tastes good. They're always about, oh, it's flown in fresh from Hawaii. You don't hear somebody say, this cow was just shot last week. You know, we know the steak is going to be good, right? It's a funny thing. So a lot of couples here tonight. I always love seeing that. My wife was telling me that your main quality is that you're a huge pain in the ass. And I said, I think in every relationship, one person really is more that way. So I want to get your honest opinion. If you would think of the person you're closest to in a relationship, just top of mind, pure honesty, are they a pain in the ass?
Yes.
Quite a few yeses. If the answer is no, then we know for sure that it's you. Absolutely, without a doubt. So I was reading one of those Cody tourist books. It is such a great town, obviously, and I think somebody was pretty damn smart naming it Cody after Buffalo Bill Cody instead of Bill. Because most of those things wouldn't have the same ring. Oh, Bill has a park. It's called Yellowstone. Like, yeah, whatever. I don't want to go to Bill's park. Sounds lame. And then I'm really befuddled. This town has the highest per capita I have ever seen of two things: Mexican restaurants and beautiful girls. I don't know what the hell is going on. That ought to be in your manual. I mean, those are two things that people ought to know about. Don't you guys think? Only thing I don't like about this town is, like a lot of towns, it's got a Walmart. And to me, Walmart is like disturbingly progressive. You know, they start as a box store where it's living cheaper. They put the hardware stores out of business. Then they start selling groceries. And you're like, is that milk really cold? Can I trust you bastards? And then, you know, it's hair cutting. Pretty soon they're going to be doing tax planning. I mean, I think, here's what I'm worried about, you guys. I think within 5 years, that place is going to be delivering babies. That's what I'm really concerned with. Clean up on aisle 8. It's no good. So, you guys having a drink or two or three tonight? Some of that. I love that about the whole state of Wyoming. It's really awesome. No, I mean, nice people, no state sales tax, and it's the land of drive-through liquor stores. You gotta love that. What's not to love about that? It just makes sense. I don't know how many times that I went to buy liquor that I really looked nice and wanted to see other people, you know? Whether it's Bloody Marys on Sunday mornings or, oh shit, we're almost out, we gotta get to, I mean, drive-through, that's perfect. I mean, hey, good to see you, how's everything? Oh, great, you know? I mean, you want to drive right through. So, my wife is thinking that, I don't know how you guys are, but I married way the hell up, you know, out of my league, and that's a good thing to do, but you gotta keep selling. Like, I'm trying to keep impressing that girl the whole rest of my life, and it's hard. And so the best thing I've come up with is to point out people worse than me everywhere I go. Look at that guy, what a shit show. I have a nephew that's 3, and I'll point out anything he does. Look at this dumbass, he's drooling when he's talking. Table manners are atrocious. Little bastard knows nothing about wine. I'm way more mature than him, don't you think? So I have all these friends who are great guys, but I like the friends who are not such great guys. Those are the ones I keep hanging around, you know. And the one, I don't know, potato, either serious problem with alcohol or he's a lot of fun. I don't know. But it got kind of serious, and the girls decided we should have an intervention for him. Like, okay, Mark, you're his best friend. What you need to take this seriously, write down everything, how his drinking has affected you. We're all going to read it off. We're going to get him to take this seriously. And I feel bad. I feel like this poor bastard's being ambushed. He thinks it's a nice get-together, and then we're all going to lay this on him. Like, okay, I'm going to do my duty. I'm going to be a good friend. here's how your drinking has affected me. I have thoroughly enjoyed meeting you for Bloody Marys on Sunday mornings after church. And watching football with you is awesome. When you drink too much, you make me laugh so hard that beer comes out my nose. I have great memories of the time you called that mean lady at the state fair a fat, ugly whore. That was hilarious and most awkward, LOL. The time you convinced everyone at the country club golf tournament that you had shit your own pants. I do not think I have ever been quite so happy. This is how your drinking has affected me. So I'm not exactly a victim, you know. I love being married, though. These young guys will say, yeah, I don't want to give up my freedom. And I'm like, dude, I have freedom. I can do whatever the hell I want. And what's really great is she lets me know exactly what I want. Really good. We have a business together, you know, and the economy was really good for a while, and she's wanting to donate money to everything under the sun. I'm going along with it because, you know, I really like having sex with her. Great deal for me. Sometimes that's the best 38 seconds of my whole week. Yeah. So, but then the economy got tougher, and I don't want her to know that I'm kind of going broke, because I'm thinking if she figures out she can have half our net worth and not me hanging around, I'll probably never see the girl again, you know? So I'm like, I'm making up. I find myself, every time she brings a charity, like, oh, there's a benefit of the Humane Society. I'm like, too much administration. Until they start giving that money directly to the animals, no more from us. The dumbest one, she had us donating money to raise money for childhood obesity awareness. A golf tournament for childhood obesity awareness. Like, what? We're not all aware of fat kids already? And you know, if we can raise awareness for fat kids, the medical community will spring into action and look for an anti-Dorito vaccine. We've got to find some way to keep the Oreos out of their mouths. And the cure for childhood obesity is lack of food, you know, not food. You really don't need money to have not food. It's actually free. I see it everywhere, you know. God. Even the good ones like the Girl Scouts, you know, they come around selling those cookies. I don't think so. Look at this box. It's not recyclable cardboard. Those smug little bitches. They are ruining the planet a little at a time. They are, and it's worse. These cookies are loaded with carbohydrates. They're contributing to the whole fat kid problem. They're part of the problem. God. So as much as I try to impress my wife, I also try to impress my parents. And what I figured out is, I don't know if you guys have this in common, but I peaked out way too early. Like by the time I was 4, I learned to walk. I learned most of the English language, and I learned the most important thing I've ever learned is to not shit my own pants. They are still waiting for something better. Just waiting and waiting and waiting. So I love Nevada because the people are even dumber than us. I was driving through there the other day, and there's this sign, state prison next 8 miles. And then another sign like 100 yards down the road, please do not pick up hitchhikers. I think those people are a natural selection. I mean, if we need to warn people who see a state prison sign to not pick up hitchhikers, do we really want those people hanging around procreating? Having more of themselves around this world? I don't think so, man. So, you girls always say that, like, what you really want in a guy is for a guy to be a good listener. And so I was really trying to do this. My wife was saying the other day, this house is such a disaster, I don't even know where to start. I'm like, okay, I can help. And so I got up early on my way out to play golf. I just looked around the house and I wrote down a list of every single thing that needed to be done. Yep, everything. 23 items, left it right there on the counter for her, so she knew exactly where to start and finish. But you guys know the theory of relativity, right? And I'm not talking about like how in Thermopolis everybody's pretty much related. It's not an inbreeding reference at all. It's like how we compare things by what we see. So I have this friend who's a frickin' super husband, and my wife calls and she's like, oh, this is so cool what Corey's doing for Jenny. He bought her a spa day, and then he's taking the kids to the zoo so she can rest in the afternoon. It'd be so cool if you did something like that. Okay. So I call him up, hey dude, Andy seems to want me to tag along with you and the kids to the zoo tomorrow. I don't exactly get why, but I'm game. Then another one of these super husbands. Oh, Larry did a scavenger hunt for Kimmy. He did a love note and a present, another note, a present, jewelry at the end. Fuck me. Pardon my language. I'm sorry. That was supposed to be in my head because that's exactly how I felt when I heard that. And so, actually, I do want to apologize. We were told the only thing we shouldn't do is say the F-bomb. Could I get a quick clap out of you guys to let them know it's okay? I want to get invited back. I really like it here. So yeah, this guy does this damn scavenger hunt. I'm like, okay, what can I don't want to copy exactly. So I got creative. I'm like, okay. So I wrote a note, sweetheart, you are the light of my life. Please look in the top drawer of the dishwasher. And then there's another note that says, you're the most beautiful girl I have ever known. These dishes aren't going to unload themselves. Oh yeah. So that letter to the cabinet where the dishes go, there's another love note and includes the laundry room, the backyard, the weeding, the oh man, she got so much done. It was romantic and productive. Don't you guys love it when everybody wins? It's just so cool. I did figure out accidentally how to be attractive. You know, you try to, like when you're young, you think, okay, if I'm a good athlete, or you get older, I'm gonna make a lot of money. I figured out what it's none of those things. I was washing, you know, the breakfast, I was loading the dishwasher, and she has this stupid policy that most American girls have that you wash the dishes before you put them in. And whenever she's around, I'll abide by that because I want credit. You know, so I'm like, hey, sweetheart, I'm washing this off before I put it in there. And she says, you've never looked more attractive to me. It's like my mind's spinning. You know what I think I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna go into the living room to watch TV and I'm gonna remove my shoes before I walk on the carpet. Then I'm gonna take out the garbage without being asked. And I'm gonna tie the top nice and tight so it doesn't stink up the garage. How do you like me now? It's obedience. That's what they really care about. I used to think when she was thinking about Brad Pitt, she was thinking these romantic, maybe sexual thoughts. No, she's picturing that bastard cleaning our garage and washing windows. Like, you know, stuff I could never compete with. God. So have any of you guys been to Zoo, Montana? It's the lamest zoo you've ever seen. It is, I feel bad, but we have like 2 deer and 1 turkey in all this empty space. And where this zoo is, it's an area like on the way to the zoo you have to watch out so you don't hit a deer on the main road. And they have these deer locked up. It's a North American deer. Oh, great. So, I'm thinking, this deer wakes up one day like, what the hell? Someone fenced our yard? We don't travel that much anyway. It's all good. I'm thinking they could get more animals kind of the same way. Just leave the gate open. Put some scraps out. Raccoons wander in, you know, close the gate. We've got raccoons now. Somebody look them up on Wikipedia. And you know, the zoo has all this empty space, but the prison, you're always hearing the prison's overcrowded. Doesn't this one seem pretty obvious? Leave the gate open, leave out some meth and some strippers. White trash guy comes wandering in, slam the gate. He's so educational. People bring their kids out. Oh, look, Tyler. His hair sure is greasy. What do you think? What do you think that tattoo means? It says here he was originally a trucker in Alabama, but he came to Montana to work on the oil rigs. That is mean. That is mean. Or even the white collar dudes who embezzle money. Oh, look, Tyler, it says that suit is worth $3,200, but that dumb bastard can't even peel that banana. Or like, you can have exotic exhibits, like fat kids who get in trouble, you know? They're out there, you have a fat kids exhibit. Oh, look, Tucker, he's eating even while he's sleeping. Oh, you hardly ever see that in the wild. It says here he's 240 pounds at age 12. but as a full-grown adult, he could be over 400 pounds. Oh, that's bigger than a polar bear. Oh. So many educational things about the zoo. I mean, I think it's great to, know that, tigers can jump 25 feet in the air, but isn't it better to know to, avoid mobile home courts late at night? Isn't that more important for kids to know? I think so. I read a thing that meth releases the same thing in your brain that laughter does. I don't know if that's true. Laughing's great, but nobody's ever come up, you don't see somebody driving to a mobile home court on the edge of town late at night going, I just need a little something. I'll sleep with you if you tell me a joke. Just one joke. I just need a little joke. Just a little jokey joke for mama. Come on. Tell me a joke. You don't see that. You don't see that. So many funny things about the zoo. I was reading about all these different animals, and most of them, you'll be like, this animal lives 9 years, they live 15 to 16 years in captivity. And then in USA Today I read, males who are married live longer than males who are not married? Like, wow, we live longer in captivity ourselves. Yeah, man, but it's not like the zoo animals. I mean, they live longer because they're protected from predators. We live longer because we're protected from ourselves. With my wife as my adult supervision, a wild night is like 3 beers and in bed by 10. My single friends, a quiet night is like 10 beers and in bed by 3. Whole different thing. Hey, I just want to thank you guys. You've been the absolute best audience, and you guys have been awesome. I want to make a couple of quick comments about the 2 people who preceded me. That Steve, I think if he ever hits it big, he's going to make most of his money from modeling. I think he's going to make a great before picture. Just need to find somebody with similar hairstyle for the after. I think if he sends a photo into Weight Watchers with a proposal, for $50,000, I won't tour the country saying that I've been on your product. Extortion's an ugly word. I prefer to call it reverse sponsorship. I don't touch the microphone at all, and that's mostly because of Tamara. I'm just gonna get it cleaned off for the next guy, though. Hearing where her mind goes, just think where her hands go. Yikes! Okay, hey, thank you guys very much. It's been a great evening so far. Appreciate it.